First pick in the draft, but have multiple needs to address. Pittsburgh still doesn't have an answer from Aaron Rodgers, making drafting a quarterback a top priority. According to Peter Schrager's latest mock draft, Shedeur Sanders could fall to Pittsburgh at 21. Sanders hinting at his potential landing spot.
One more. Whoever gonna be the quarterback for DK Metcalf and George Pickens, whoever that is.
For sure.
Interesting. DK Metcalf, not a bad guy to be thrown to. Snoop, what do you think that your Steelers should do? You think they should take Shedeur?
If he's around,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be around, 21st pick.
I don't think so either.
You know, they're doing a lot of talking, but I don't think somebody's going to let him stay around that long. But if he is available, I take him. You know what I'm saying? We got to have something back there to get the ball to these, pieces that we put to the puzzle. And right now, I don't like the way we look at quarterback. And that's no disrespect. It's just I just don't like the way we look. I seen you up here the other day, Stephen. You was looking like this. I just wanted to join you. Like, we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at quarterback.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
You both are foul for that.
Mason
Did you really just go Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Skylar
Reindeer?
Thompson.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You got to do better. In the same division as Lamar Jackson and
Come
Joe
on,
Burrow,
man.
and you gonna come to us with Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson? That cannot happen.
Well, let's lay out a proposal.
Okay. Yeah, so let me ask you this. Where are you on Aaron Rodgers? Because he's still making a decision, but apparently the Steelers would still hold out hope for Rodgers.
Is he going to show up to mini camp and all that other stuff? Because that's what's important. Like, if you don't get the rhythm of the team, then we don't need you, homie. Like, you got to come in here and do what we need to be done to get the rhythm and the chemistry. That's what's missing. Like, whoever we going to get got to come in and get down with us. We don't need no divas, so to speak. So if he going to sign. If not, kick rocks.
Yeah, you need to be all in.
But it's just 1 year. It's just 1 year. And I think that that's the attitude to have for somebody that's a more longer-term investment. But you're the Steelers, and this is what you have. Let's face reality. If Aaron Rodgers walked off the street with a pot belly and said, "I'm ready to throw the football for you in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform," you're going to look at Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson, you're going to go like this. We can work with it. We can work with it. That's the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
But, Stephen A., the Jets had a good, solid team, and you talk about being all in and not being there. Remember the trip to Egypt, the whole thing. We talked about it ad nauseum. I'm saying they got to develop chemistry.
Right.
Fair. But here's the flip side to it. We forget that Aaron Rodgers arrived in New York, got hurt on the 4th play of the season, torn Achilles. Comes back. Last year when he came back, they say it's usually going to take you a full 2 years to get 100%. So we got to remember that last year, in a recovery year, with them not looking great, with him making some uncharacteristically bad throws at times, he still threw 28 touchdowns. He still threw for 4,000 yards. I'm just saying, the point is that on a bad day, he's better than 15 quarterbacks in the league.
Stephen A., that was a blockbuster trade. When they brought him in, it was supposed to deliver a Lombardi.
Molly.
Yeah. Now we're talking about 28 touchdowns.
I just brought up an Achilles tear. I get
it, but there was a second season. We're lowering the bar.
But everybody says that, especially when you're playing football, obviously football, basketball, stuff like that, it's going to take you a full 2 years to recover.
All right, Snoop.
Everyone says that.
Rodgers called you tomorrow. I want to play. You want me a quarterback?
If he called tomorrow, hell yeah, we're signing him.
All right, then Shedeur was available at 21. You also want
to take him.
I'm going to take
both of them?
Just take them.
Okay, that's the answer.
What do you think the Steelers should do?
I think that very well could happen.
Both.
I think they get Rodgers for a year if he decides to play, which I think he will. And then I think Shedeur still could be there at 21 and take him. And he could sit and watch him for a year. What's the matter with that?
Nothing wrong.
It's better than Rudolph and Skylar Thompson that you've been screaming about.
Hell to the yes.
Rudolph, Skylar, I like y'all, but it's just, hey, man, it is what it is.
Look, man. I'm trying to be nice. I really am trying to be nice. I really am.
There's another team in Pennsylvania that's doing a little better. Eagles center Cam Jurgens was asked what his first big purchase would be after signing a $68 million contract extension.
A lot of money.
He gave a great answer.
Hey, Cam, congrats. Last year, Landon told us his big purchase was the mower when he got paid. Do you have anything in mind for yourself?
I haven't given it too much thought. I feel like I fly a lot, so I might look into this thing called like TSA pre-check. I feel like that sounds like it's a good idea. I'm kind of tired of waiting in lines. I think I could afford that, so I don't know. I think I'm going to look into TSA pre-check next and see if I can get that done.
That was a hilarious answer, by the way.
Ain't nothing wrong.
All right, Snoop, first big purchase after one of your first big deals.
Oh, man, I got a Wagoneer, a Jeep Cherokee Wagoneer.
Okay.
And put some gold Daytons on it with some Vogues and put the beat in the back. You understand me? Went to the swap meet, got some mink seat covers, 10 on the windows.
What about you, Mad Dog?
85, Orlando from Jacksonville. First job, really significantly got my radio. My old man bought me a Honda Civic, which he then sold when I came to New York, which drove me nuts. But he got me a Honda Civic for $8,400. So I had Orlando, I had a car, I had a little Honda Civic.
I could see you in a little Honda Civic whipping around.
1985, whatever you want.
Stephen A., what about you? You just had a big contract. Did you?
Yeah, one day.
What you do with your big contract, Stephen A? Hello?
What'd you do? What'd you get?
I went to the islands. That's what I did.
Okay, went on a trip.
But let me say this to you. My first big decent contract, ESPN. They gave me, quite frankly, on ESPN2.
Yep.
I signed the contract. It's in my book. I signed the contract at the ABC building. I drove to Queens, New York. My mother, after retired as a nurse, was working at the PAL, Police Athletic League in there. I went there. I looked at the boss. I said, she won't be working no more. And I handed her a ticket for a 2-week cruise through Europe.
That's a very good one.
That's amazing.
First thing I did.
There you go, Stephen A. There you go.
Forward.
I tell you,
Selfless.
Put on the cruise.
When I get a big contract, I'll let you guys know what I do.
Oh, come on, Molly. Quit acting like
You know what's so interesting to me about Shedeur Sanders is, look, most of the conversation surrounding him, if you ask anybody why they don't like him, it's hard for them to figure out a way to really blow holes in him with his play on the field. This is about a personal issue that people have with him. That's what it is. This is all off the field type of stuff, personality, how he comes off, how he presents himself, whatever it is that rubs people the wrong way. Because if you're talking about decision-making, accuracy, movement in the pocket, protecting the football, enough horsepower to drive the football at all 3 levels, the amount of stuff that was put on him pre-snap in terms of him being able to change protections, change route combinations, decipher what coverages are post-snap, you can't blow holes in him in that way. You can't. You just can't. And people with his profile, his specific physical profile and mental profile, have had tremendous careers. So if someone could just make a credible argument to me about what it is that they don't like about his physical traits and how he plays the position, I'd love to hear it.
Well, one, Lewis, now I don't know, I'm not an expert, you are. One is the 99 sacks that he took as a player. And number 2, everybody.
Do you know how many? Doggy? Do you know how bad his offensive line was? Do you know how many free runners he had coming at him? He had at a rate that no other quarterback in FBS had coming at him. See, these are the kind of nuanced statistics that people ignore. They just look at the sacks and go, "See, he holds the ball too long."
Lewis, hold on, because I got a question. I'm not debating with you. I got a question.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. I suspect you're right.